Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Now, normally on Wednesdays, I do holiday cards, but today is Thursday, so I missed it yesterday because I wanted to do something different. So today I'm going to be making a Thanksgiving card, and I'm going to be using double-sided adhesive tape and gilding flakes, because we're going to make this thing really sparkle. All right, let's get started, and I will show you how I'm going to do this as I go along. Now, I'm making a white card, and this is my usual 10 inches by 7 inches. Score it at the 5-inch mark, fold it over, and crease it with your bone folder. And then I have this piece of, oh, I'm terrible at shade colors, but it's a very light brown tan, but it's actually a backing from a paper pad, and I just love the color of it. This measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then I have a piece of chocolate brown cardstock. This measures 4 5/8 by 6 5/8, and then a piece of white. This measures 2 inches by 4 5/8 inches. And then I have a scrap piece of white that I'm going to use for the embossing flakes. And I will be using, for the main element, I'm going to be using these fall leaves. This is from Gina K's Autumn Leaves. And for the sentiment, I'm going to be using one of the sentiments from the Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month for September 2023. Just going to use the sentiment and die cut it out. I'm also using this vintage Darice embossing folder. It's hexagon with leaves inside. I don't know what the name of it is. I just call it hexagon leaves. We're going to do a little bit of everything today, or I'm going to do it and you're going to watch. Okay, and hopefully inspire you. I'm going to start by embossing, and I'm only going to do a partial emboss. So let's see. I'm going to take the chocolate brown, I'm going to turn it over. This is a white core chocolate, and I really don't like white cores. So when I have a rough edge, I just take my nail file emery board that I got at the Dollar Tree and just cover up the edges. And if the white shows like it does here, I flip it over and use the other. I'm just using up what I have, and I won't get white core again, even if it is the least expensive. It's just a lot of work. Now, I want to put this folder so that I have the most of the design, and it's only going to be on like this side, but this is going to go over here. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Now, to emboss on my, I'm going to put it this, yeah, it'll fit that way. I'll just use the embossing folder and my metal shim. Don't need the magnetic mat for that. Okay. Now, when you do a partial emboss, you will see a line over here, and I should have spritzed this with water. That's okay. It kind of roughed it up a little bit, which I'm kind of liking the look of that. That didn't come out as I expected, but I'm liking it. All right. Now, I am going to take double-sided adhesive tape, because I want to make lines on here. And I'm going to go over where the embossing folder line was, but I want it to be straight. And I'm just going to put one line down there. And then I'm going to come over here and put another line down here. And I'm going to lift it up and cut these ends off. What I'm going to do is use the gilding flakes on this portion of the card also. really liking how that turned out. At first I thought, uh-oh, that didn't turn out very well, but I like the look of it. I might take something to see if I can get more of the white to show. Okay, what I need for gilding flakes, and if you haven't used gilding flakes, they go everywhere. So I just have some waxed paper here, and I'm going to use on here this gilding. This is a set that I got with the mica powders that I bought a while ago, and I have a video on the mica powder. They had foil flakes, and I'm just going to put them on here. I'm lifting up the strips of tape so that the sticky shows, and that corner folded up, so I'm just going to lay it back down. I haven't even used this one yet. Well, get my tweezers and lift that off. Okay, now I also use my tweezers. You can use your hands, but this little bottle is quite a narrow opening. And I'm just going to go along and stick these down on both sides. Kind of spread it out. And then I'm just going to go in and pat it down. Make sure I have all the sticky covered. Now, once I have all the sticky covered, I have, this is a stencil brush that I got many years ago at Walmart. It's just a stiff bristle brush, and I'm just going to rub across here to get off most of the loose flakes. And then I think this is a sponge dauber of some sort. I have a box of them. It's just rigid foam. I'm just going to use that as a scraper because it's pretty stiff. And I'm going to go along and scrape off. Oh, I just wrinkled the card, but that's okay. Scrape off the rest of the loose stuff. And then I have a Swiffer cloth here. I'm just going to brush off back down onto my adhesive. And that is so pretty. All right. Now, see if I can get that one back in the bottle. Now, pick up my wax paper and hopefully have it all contained in here as much as possible, and dump what I can back into the bottle. I think I may transfer this over to a plastic container later on. I'm just going to set that aside because that has this color foil on it, and I don't want to use that for the next portion. And I'll just take my Swiffer. Okay, put this lid back on. It is very messy, but I love the results of this stuff. Now, on this, we might as well do all of the foil at once. I reuse these wax paper sheets, but I don't use the same one for the same color. Now, this is just double-sided adhesive sheets. I got this from StampOnIt.net. You can use any that you want, and if you don't have these, or you don't have double-sided sticky tape, you can use your Tombow glue. rub it all over, let it dry because it dries tacky, and then put your gilding flakes on. I'm just going to put this on the largest end here, because I'm going to die cut in this piece. I'll use my bigger scissors. That would work much easier. Now for this size of a piece, I'm just going to take my scissors handle and kind of burnish it down. And for this piece, I'm going to be using this absolutely gorgeous Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes. This one's Harvest Moon. It has blues and oranges and dark browns, and it's just beautiful. Again, don't breathe too hard on it. Don't have a fan going. If you have a fan going, you will have this all over everywhere. I'm just going to pat it down. Oh, you know what? Everyone's watching on camera. You didn't take the plastic off. But look, it's sticking to the plastic. Now it will actually stick. And it will stick well. I'm just going to do that. See those blues in there? And the oranges, it's just gorgeous. And I have this all over. I'm amazed how it really stuck to this plastic. I mean, it stuck. Oh, I bet there was tape residue, because on the roll, it sticks to itself. Pardon me while I get a drink. I tend to forget to drink when I'm busy crafting. And I'm just rubbing this in now. And I'm just going to brush it to get off the loose flakes as much as I can. You could use your finger, but this works a little bit easier for me, as my fingers don't always do what I want them to do. And now I will go in with my foam. They do make stiff brushes, almost like a dish scrubber. That would probably work fine. You just need something firm to get the extra off, because you don't want your card flaking off onto the recipient. Unless you want to play a joke on them, then just cover this thing and let it be there. Okay. Now I'm just going to take my Swiffer. And look at how beautiful that is. See, there's a few extra loose pieces right in here. You can see the loose ones because they tend to stick up a little bit. All right, now let's get this. Let me get this pile put back into the jar. As much as I can. You can even put all those little, very, very tiny spots back in the jar, because it will use just as well as the bigger leaves do. the bigger flakes. Set that aside, put the lid back on, Swiffer off my table. Okay. All right, now I want to die cut from this piece some leaves. And I don't know if I want to do a solid leaf versus the intricate cut. I'm thinking that I want to go with a solid leaf. Maybe I'll do an intricate one also, just to see how it turns out. And then yeah, there we go. Now, for die cutting this, I do need my base plate. I'm going to use my magnetic mat. But because I'm using an intricate die on here, I am going to put my metal shim down. I have found that when I use this double-sided tape on intricate dies, I need the little bit of extra pressure that this calls for. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. All right. We'll take out the solid ones first and see how the intricate one came out. All right, this is a good sign. And I'm just going to poke all the holes just to... I went back to my Cricut tweezers versus those green ones that I got from Amazon. They bent too easily. They weren't as fine and didn't get down into the holes of the dies as easily as this pair does. All right, now I just need to poke out the centers. Oh, this is pretty too. I'm sure there's a faster way of doing this. I do have the tool, this is the round brush you rub over your stencil. But I thought this was a little too delicate and I didn't want to ruin it. Now we're just going to set this aside. I'm going to clean that up later. Okay. Now, on here, I want to put this white right in the center of the gold. And I got that lined up perfectly. So I'm going to glue that down. Now I'm going to pop, I got some glue here. Let's get my rag. I use my old rag for the glue. I do want to pop this up, and I'm going to use my foam tape. This is a 1/2 inch foam tape. And it's a low loft also. catty corner in the middle, just because it'll help hold it a little bit flatter. Put you back in here for now. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here to give me a little bit of wiggle room so that if I don't get this exactly where I want it, I still have a smidgen of a chance to move it. And boy, I'm really heavy-handed with the glue today. This is a very narrow border. And then now I can put this on the card. Okay, now I just need to figure out placement of the leaves. That one at the top and this one down here. Yes, I think I do want it that way. Not even sure I want the leaves on, or the smaller leaves on there. I think just the bigger ones. Though I could put these over here around the sentiment. I know I want these here, so I am going to glue these down. I'm just going to use my minuscule Zots on this one. Just on the backs of the leaves. That will leave the stem unglued. I just need one more right there. By putting a Zot on it, and I think that Zot came off. It allows it to still have a little bit of dimension. Now I'm just going to put one Zot in the middle of this, and I see a couple of inside pieces that didn't pop out, so I'm going to get them right now. And then do some fine glue on this. And I'm just using art glitter glue. I'm just going to kind of go down the middle and a little bit on the edge of each leaf because it really doesn't need a whole lot. I liked how the dimension of it sticking up looked. Yeah, just like that. Now I want to stamp my sentiment. I have another piece of scratch paper here. And I'm just going to use my small Misty today. I'm thankful for a friend like you. Or do I want a small one? How about just happy fall? I think it's a fall card. Happy fall. And I was going to do that in VersaFine Clear Nocturne, but hold on, I'm going to get the acorn instead. I think the VersaFine Clear in the color Acorn will look a lot better on this card. It's more of a reddish brown, and it is very pretty. Yes. Now just spray that with a little bit of water. Clean that off. And find the die cut for the Happy Fall. Is that this one? How about that? I guessed it right on the first try. All right. Well, this is very odd. I just have these two pieces. Oh, here they are on the other side. I forgot. I set them over here to clean it off later, and I did not do that. So just brush it off now. Get that lined up. And I just need the magic mat, or the magnetic mat, not the magic mat, and the top plate. And hopefully I got that lined up. Not bad. Okay. Now I don't know if I want one of those leaves on here or not. I'm going to set them over here. That one's too big. Nope, I just want the sentiment. And I'm going to put a little foam strip on the back of that because of the background being textured already. Well, had my thumb stuck in the scissor handle. That was interesting. Okay, I'll put that right there. Now, I do have some gold, but I think that might be a little overpowering. Let's see if we got some little tiny ones down in here. I know there are tiny ones. Let's just see how a tiny one looks. Okay, the tiny ones don't look bad on here. If I can get them to flip over, that is. Oh, come on. All right, just 3. Got a lot of glue on that one, but that'll dry clear. Okay, I don't know. These, I want to do something with these. I just don't know. No, we're going to leave them off. Okay, that is my card for today. A little happy fall card. If you have Gilding flakes, I mean, I bought these a while ago. At least, I want to say 5 years. Other than this came new in the mica powders I bought. But I wanted to get them out and play and experiment. And maybe show you something you haven't seen in a while. But these are so beautiful. I love the colors of this. That's the Harvest Moon Gilding Flakes. Beautiful. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.